Hello guys, this is the Ranger Gamer 06. How's everyone doing today? Today is another Silent Hill review, and this time I'm going to go over Silent Hill 4, The Room. I do apologize for the glare. There we go. But before I begin this review, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. So, Silent Hill 4 came out, I believe, 2004. Yeah, 2004. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the last game by Team Team Silent. I think that's what they're called. Or maybe Silent Origin was their last game. Uh, so yeah, this came out a year after Silent Hill 3. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, we're already getting another Silent Hill game. Cause it just, because it was weird because I remember Silent Hill 3 was still kind of fresh in our minds, like some people were still playing it, and all of a sudden, like, hey, we're coming with another Silent Hill game. And it was so unexpected. So a little history. Now I don't know if this is true or not. I read this somewhere, and I wish I could find it again. But apparently, originally, this was not going to be a Silent Hill game. It was going to be called just The Room. And if you're like me, if you ever played this game, it does feel like it was a different survival horror game. Because I remember when I first played this, I was very disappointed. I didn't like hate it. I mean, it's got some disturbing, scenes in it. Because, I mean, it's Silent Hill, so obviously it's going to be disturbing. So, I'm going to read the back. It says, a room full of nightmares. Henry Townsend, that's the guy you play as, finds himself trapped in his apartment, and the only escape is through a mysterious portal that leads to a horrifying alternate reality, with gruesome sights around every corner and insanity being tested. He must find his way out of this nightmare. Enter the Room, the latest story in the most terrifying game series of all time. All new riveting Silent Hill adventure with shocking plot twists. Fend off new monsters, including ghosts that defy physical reality. I hate those enemies. I'll get to that in a moment. Visual transitions between first and third person gameplay modes. A first in the series. Uh, yeah, that's another thing that threw me off. Uh, explore new environments, including an otherworldly forest and grisly prison. Of course, it's mature for blood and gore, intense violence, and sexual themes. It's one player, memory card, 781 KB, analog control, vibration function, and of course, it's by Konami. Here is the inside of it. Now, this is also on the Xbox. Uh, I think it's on PC. I think it's on goodoldgames.com. I don't think it's on Steam. The only Silent Hill game on Steam that I can think of is Silent Hill Homecoming. But I think this is on Good Old Games, but I heard it doesn't play right. Uh, I don't even know if it has controller support. I mean, I couldn't tell because I never played it on any other system. This is the only system that I played on was PS2. And yes, I did buy this brand new when it came out. Uh, it's just like my other Silent Hill games. I'm glad I kept this. So, here is the instruction manual. And the back, you got Neo Contra, another series from Konami. I never played any of the Contra games. Several times I thought about getting into it. I don't know. And they look fun, so there is a Contra anniversary collection. I have the Castlevania, but there's a Contra one, and I'm debating whether I should pick it up or not. I don't know. I might. So here's your contents. Now, I remember when I first played this game, it was very weird. And like I read in the back, yes, when you're in the room, your apartment, it's everything is in first person view. Here are your characters. And that's the main character right there. And then you have Aline or Eileen Galvin. She's your next door neighbor. The prologue, it says it was 2 years ago that Henry Thompson moved into room 302 of South Asheville. That's where the game mainly takes place. So you're not in Silent Hill. But, I mean, you do go to Silent Hill, but I'll get to that in a moment. Uh, Asheville Heights, an apartment building in the medium-sized city of Asheville. Henry was happy and enjoying his new life. But 5 days ago, something strange began to happen. A recurring dream began to haunt him, and there was one other thing. So, and here's your controls and how to examine items. So, yeah, so you're this guy named Henry, living in Ashfield Heights. You move to an apartment, and all of a sudden you're trapped. Like, it's chained from the inside of the door. Like, you can see on the cover, that's the door. And you can see the chains. So, yeah, so you're trapped in this room, but a mysterious hole appears in your bathroom, and that's how you go to other worlds. Like the first world you go to is the subway. Here are your weapons, by the way. Uh, now the subway is still in Asheville because the subway is actually outside your apartment. Uh, but later on, I think the forest level. I think that's in Silent Hill. The water prison. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's in Silent Hill, or at least that one's located outside of Silent Hill. Uh, I mean, it's a very strange game because I mean, it's a first person whenever you're in a hotel room, and I remember as a teenager because I was in my I don't know if I was 20 yet. No, I wasn't. Cause see, I graduated in '06 and I was 19. So yeah, I wasn't even 20 when this game came out. Uh, and I remember playing it and I was kind of disappointed. Like it didn't really feel like a Silent Hill game. I mean, it does. Okay, so when you go to the other world, that's when it switches to third person. And that's when it starts to feel like Silent Hill. But but I remember when I played it a few more times, like even now I play it. Well, it's been a while since I played it, but the last time I played it, I actually appreciate it more. Like I see now where Konami was going with this, so I actually like it because what's really neat is that you can check your windows and see the outside, and sometimes there's different things going on, and it kind of makes it creepy, and I like that. And then later on, there's a hole in the wall where you get your first weapon, your pistol. Well, actually, I think your first weapon's a steel pipe. Yeah, but anyway, it's where you get your gun. The wall, which is next to your kitchen, that goes through to your neighborhood or your neighbor, Elaine, and you kind of see her what she's doing. Like she'll be on the bed talking to herself, or she'll be sweeping the floor. Sometimes you can look through your peephole in your front door, and you'll see the super attendant walking by, like just there's stuff going on, and it makes it creepy. So the more I play it, I actually like it more. So, and yeah, this is I know this is a mistake, but it's a picture of a excuse me, it's a picture of a handgun, but it says revolver. Now you do actually get a revolver later on, so I think they made a mistake on that. It's supposed to say handgun or 9 millimeter, how you want to call it, steel pipe. Now the holy candle and the Saint medallion are very, very important items. If you ever play this game, or if you have played it, you know where I'm going with this. The holy candle and the Saint medallion is very important. You want to collect these items because later on, the second half of the game, your room starts getting haunted, and this is where it kind of gets very creepy too. Uh, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to spoil it, but at some point, you got to rescue your neighbor from the hospital, and what it is, you're revisiting these worlds, but they're darker, they're grittier. You got new enemies, it's tougher, and the thing is, after you get past the hospital, uh, you start getting these haunting in your room. Like your TV will be on, these spirits will try to go through your walls, the windows will shake, the clock will spin really fast, and you had to use these holy candle or a sin medallion to exercise those because what it is, it's crucial. It's very, very crucial because uh, you want to exercise your room because it's part of the I can't find the word now. It's part of the things you have to do if you want to get the good ending. But I can't remember how many endings. I want to say it has 4 endings, but I can't remember. But if you want the best ending, you have to make sure your neighbor doesn't die at the end of the game, and your room is exercised. So get rid of all the abnormals, and then you'll get the best ending. Of course, first aid kit. And one other thing, I forgot to mention the ghost. I hate those enemies with a passion. Uh, these enemies are very creepy. Right here, like these two-headed babies. I forgot what they're called, but here's your options. But yeah, the ghosts, they float around and they're very creepy. You can't kill them per se. Like in most Silent Hill games, you just hit an enemy with your melee weapon or you shoot it and they stay dead. Well, these guys don't. Okay, they travel through walls. Like it's very annoying. And if you're near them, your health starts draining, so you can't, you know, spend a whole lot of time. So if you're in an area where there are ghosts, you can't spend a whole lot of time. You gotta get away from there. So it's kind of annoying. However, uh, later on you get these swords. I think there's only 5 throughout the whole game, either 5 or 6. I can't remember. Uh, if you actually the first sword you get, it's already impaled to the ghost. So what it is, I mean, you can shoot them and hit them, and they will fall down. When they fall down, quickly equip the sword and use it, and it will impale them to the ground, and it holds them. So once the sword is in them, they can't do anything as long as you don't pull it back out. But yeah, that's the only true way to stop them. But yeah, it is a creepy game. I mean, like I said at first, uh, I didn't care much for it. But the more I played it, uh, I actually enjoyed it. Just like Final Fantasy IX, which by the way, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Final Fantasy IX was the same thing. When I first played it way back on the PS1, I mean, I liked it, but I wasn't really into it because I was so into 7 and 8 at the time because those games take place in the future, while 9 had like airships, like steampunk kind of feel, medieval. But but after playing the old games, especially Final Fantasy 4, that's my favorite 2D Final Fantasy game. So I go back to 9 and I appreciate it now, because I see where Square Enix was going from there. So now I love Final Fantasy 9. And same thing with this one. I play it so much, now I really love it. And they have a comic, but I never read the comics. It's called Dying Inside. I'm sure it's rare. And they just have more notes and your warranty. I don't know if it has the cast of the voice actors or not. Let me check. Probably not. Usually they don't. Uh, it doesn't look like they do. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, there you have it. That is Silent Hill 4, The Room. Uh, Creepy atmosphere. You know, like I said, it's very neat how you can like check the hallway outside your door. You can look outside, and it's very suspense, like knowing that you see all these people walking, on the streets or just anything, and here you are, you're trapped, and it's very annoying, and it's kind of like a sense of dread, you know. I guess in a way it's kind of like claustrophobic a little bit because you're trapped, you can't get out, no one can't hear you scream. So, yeah, it's a very good story. It's not the best story, but it's good. Uh, so the gist of it, there's a killer, Walter Sullivan, which by the way, his name is mentioned in Silent Hill 2. But in this one, we actually get to see him. He's a killer. I think he killed, was it 22 or 12 people? I can't remember how many he killed. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, he was born in room 302, the room that you're at. And I guess that's why the room is haunted. So, yeah, it's not a bad game. It's got creepy monsters. The monsters are very good designs, good characters, you know, uh, dark atmosphere. I love the music in this game. I believe it's by Akira. He did a lot of music for the whole series. But yeah, I can't remember if this was the last game by Team Silent or it was Silent Origins. I can't remember because I know they didn't do Homecoming and Downpour. That was by somebody else. I think Homecoming was developed by here in America. So yeah, Silent 4. Have you played it? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, with that being said, thank you for watching. More videos are coming. I've already did a Final Fantasy 9 Part 2. That will be on Saturday, so look forward to that. Expect that. October is coming, so I'll be playing some scary games. I don't know if there'll be a walkthrough like what I'm doing with the Final Fantasy games. So I don't know. I guess it depends what you guys want. Anyway, guys, this is the Retro Gamer 06. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Leave a like. It does help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye, guys.